Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will see how we can convert a console application to web application in ASP.NET Core. Like as we have explained before also, like whatever the application we create in ASP.NET Core, by default it is a console application basically. And when we do some modification or we add some extra things to that console application, then that console application become the ASP.NET Core web application. So in this tutorial we are going to see, like if we are having a console application, then how we convert that console application into the web application in ASP.NET Core. So let's see, as I explained, like by default every web application in console application in .NET Core, and when we add some feature to that console application, then that application turn into the ASP.NET Core web application. So what we will do first, we will create a console application first. So let's go to the Visual Studio, which we are having in this is Visual Studio 2019, which is installed in my system. So for creating a new console application, let's click on the create new project. So once I click on this create new project, it will take us to the another window. There we will select the console application. So this is the window. From here we can select. So here we can see like console app.NET Core. So we have to select the language, like what kind of the language you are going to create, like in the VB.NET or C#. So I'm going to create with the C#. So let's select this one and go to the next. And here what we will do, we will give the project name. So what I will give console app to web app. This name I'm going to give, then click on the create. And once we will click on the create, what it will do, it will create a console application for us. And we will see, like first we will run that console application and we'll see the output. And then what we will do, we will do some modification and we will add some extra feature to that console application, and we will make this console application into the web application. So currently we can see this is the console application, and this is the class called program.cs, and it is having a method called main method, and it's a entry point. And here we can see console.writeline, and it is printing hello world. And let's go to the dependency. In the dependency we can see here we are looking one library called Microsoft.NET Core app. So this is indicating to the console application, and once I run this application, so it will show the output as a hello world into the command prompt. So let's wait for a few seconds and we'll see the output. So here it will print that output, and the output we will see as a hello world. So wait for a few seconds, it will give the output. So we can see it is printing as a hello world. So this is the basically a console application. Now what we will do, we will add some extra feature to this, and we will make some modification, and we will convert this console application into the web application. So before that, let's see what all are the steps is there to convert a console application into the web application. So first what we have to do, we have to update the SDK in CS project file. And then what we have to do, we have to update the output type, because console application written the exe file, and like if you are creating a web application, then that file should not return as a exe. Then we have to add the web host builder, and the use like this web host builder is basically a main point that is used to convert a console application into the web application. Then we have to add a middleware class, and this is an important class. Basically it do all the operation which is related to the like hosting a application into the IIS server, and some extra feature it do we will understand. And we will create a another video on based on this middleware class, because this is a important and hard for the ASP.NET Core web application. And then we will add the routing, and then we will set up a default route. So basically these all are the steps that is useful for the converting a console application into the web application. So first let's understand these two steps, like CS project file and the output in the CS pros file. So let's go to the Visual Studio. And the good thing with the ASP.NET Core application is like if we will make any changes into the previous version of the ASP.NET, like in the ASP.NET, if we are going to make any changes into the CS project file, first we have to unload the project, then only we can edit. But here in ASP.NET Core, you just right click and from here what we can do, we can edit the CS project file. So for changing that CS project file, what we have to do, just right click on this one, and from here, like what we have to do, we have to edit that CS project file. So let's click on this console app to web project name, and from here edit project file, and here we can see like the currently it is a SDK is the, like it's not a web. So first we have to make this SDK, like we have to make some changes to this one. So let's increase the size of this one, so you will understand better what I will do. I will increase the size, and here we can see like first let's in the framework, in the dependency, basically currently you are looking this library. Now I will make some changes to this one. What I will do, I will like I'm going to change, like I'm going to add an extra feature called .web, and once you will add this one and save it, and now what we will do, it will add a one library to this dependency. Basically like before it was a console application, now it changed to the web application. So we can see like in the framework, you will see it is added one more library called Microsoft.ASP.NET Core. So it added this file, and the next changes what we have to do, we have to remove this output type because it is showing as a exe. So we have to get rid of from this one. So this is the another step which we need to do. Now next what we have seen, like we have to add the host builder, web host builder into the like in this console application, that is useful for the converting this console application into the web application. So before that, let's understand what is the host in the ASP.NET Core. So host is basically an object that encapsulate the resource of application like logging, dependency injection, configuration, and iHosted service implementation. So basically like in the previous ASP.NET technologies, for using this dependency injection, we have to use the third-party tools for supporting the dependency injection into the ASP.NET. But in ASP.NET Core, using this host, web host builder, it is help us to create the dependency injection, and basically this help us to the configuration for the logging purpose also, and for implementing the iHosted service. And the iHosted service is basically like where we are going to host our application like IIS server or other tools. So let's see all these stuffs. So what we have to do in the program.cs class, here we have to add the iHost builder, basically a function which we have to create that is used to create the host builder. So let's create a one function here, and here what I am going to do, public, and this method should be static because we are going to call this method from this main method, and this main method is a static method, so we have to create this method as a static, and the return type of this method is the iHost builder. So let's add iHost builder, and let's take the reference of this one. So this is a Microsoft.extension.hosting. So this is it is added here, and now we have to give the name of this one, and the name we are going to give is create host builder. This name we are going to give, and it will take the parameter if we are going to pass. So we are going to take parameter as a argument string, means array of string here. And now let's take this one as a lambda form, and what I'm going to take as a host dot create host builder, and any parameter if it is taking, then args, that parameter, basically whatever we are passing here, this we will take here. So before going forward, let's understand what is create, like basically this create default builder. So what you can do, you can click on F12 or right click, go to definition, and when you will come to this one and expand this one, let's like it is a main function, or we can say like important function that is basically useful for hosting the application. And like let's understand what it is saying here. Like initialize a new instance of the Microsoft.extension.hosting.hostBuilder class with pre-configured default basically. And here like it is, if we are passing the argument, then it is taking the argument, and what it return the iHost builder. And these are the remarks, and the important remark is like it enable the scope validation on the dependency injection container basically for development purpose. And as I explained, like it will help us for the dependency injection and for the logging purpose, and it is help us to like load app this I configuration from supplied command line argument and other things. It help in the so many things, this iHost builder. And it is help us from the load host Microsoft extension configuration, the I configuration, and I indicate for the interface from the supplied command line argument, like whatever we are going to pass, it help us from there. So now next thing is like we have to initialize the default builder. Like first like this is a create default builder. Now we have to initialize. So let's see dot configuration configure web host builder. So let's write only configure web host defaults, and what it will take, it will take the any parameter which we are going to pass. So web builder I am going to take, and from here let's take web builder, whatever the variable we have taken, and we have to use the startup file from here basically. And this startup class, we will, what we will do, we will create a one class, and that class will work as a middleware, and that will help us in many scenario. And that middleware is basically a important file for a ASP.NET Core web application. We will create another video on the middleware of ASP.NET Core, but as of now let's create a one class as a middleware class, and we will call that class from this method. So for creating a middleware, what we have to do, we have to use startup, and let's add the library for this one. So we can add from this library, and what it will take, it take the middleware class, and we can see like T startup. So it is a generic class which we have to create, and like it is saying specify the startup type to be used by the web host, and the type containing the startup method for the application. So first let's what we will do, we will create a one startup class for this one. So let's add the startup class. So here what I will do, I will add a one class, and that class I will give as a startup class. So here I'm going to take this one, and here I will give this name as a startup. And in this class, what we will do, we will add the some method. So let's understand like first what is the method, like configure service. Like first we have to configure the service. So let's add that method as a public void. Like in the detail we will understand about this class. This class is basically called as a middleware class, and briefly we will talk about this class in the coming video. So as of now, let's see what are all are the things required to create this console application into the web application. So configure service, and what it take the interface of the iService collection. So let's give this iService collection basically, and here let's take the variable name as a service. So what I'm going to add, I'm going to add the namespace for this one. So let's take this iService collection, and what this is a method. So let's take this method here, and now like basically this method gets called by the runtime, and this is method to add the service to the container. Basically, like this is basically used for the service. And when you will go to this interface, and this interface is basically like taking from the service descriptor, and here if you will expand, and it is specifying like it is a contract for the collection for the service descriptor. So in the coming video we will understand more about this. And the next method which we have to add, and that method is public void the configure. So basically this middleware class contains two methods, and those method, one is the configure the service and next is the configure. And this method take the I application builder, means application builder, it take the as a parameter application builder. Let's give this name, and next it take the I web host builder, web host builder. And this is a method, and let's take these namespaces which is required. So these are the namespaces which is required for these two. So these are the two methods. One is the configure service. This is used for the service, basically like to add the service to the container, and this is a configure, and this is also called at the runtime, and this method is used to configure the HTTP request pipeline. So basically like when we are going to host our application on the server, then like for the HTTP request or like secure HTTPS request, then this method is useful for that. So here first what we have to do, we have to add the routing. So let's add the routing here first. App dot use routing. So this is the method, and it is basically useful for the like here we can write see add a method, like add a this routing method. Basically it is help for the endpoint routing middleware to specify the application builder. So this is the routing here, and the next what we have to add, we have to add the endpoints, like where we are going to use this application. So use endpoints, and here we have to add the endpoints, like here we can see like it is expecting the configuration like I endpoint route builder, so we have to add that. So let's take endpoints as a lambda I'm going to take, and next what we have to do, we have to take this variable endpoints dot, we have to add as a map gate, and we have to like first it is taking as a pattern, like what kind of the pattern you are going to take, in the sense like when we run this application, then what kind of the pattern we are going to take, as a slash we are going to take. And next we have to make this application as a asynchronous application. So let's take this asynchronous way, and then what we have to do, we have to take one variable called context I'm going to take, and next let's make it as a await, like when we take as a multi-threading, and if we are going to use the async, then async and await two method like these variable we have to use. And now let's take this context variable and the response, and then write this async response dot write async. So this is the way. And now let's add this HTTP, and what it will take, it will take the parameter like what you want to print. So I'm going to print as a hello world, hello from .NET Office. So this I'm going to print, and let's put the semicolon here, So this is, we are done with this class, and here we can see like two important method which we have created is configure service. This is basically used for the configuration for the service, and the next is the configure method, and this method is used to configure the HTTP request pipeline, basically like where we are going to use this application. And in this method, first we have implemented the routing and then the endpoint here we have added. Now let's go back to this program.cs class, and here what we have to use, we have to add the startup class which we have like created there. So let's call that startup class here. Here we have to call this one, and next let's put the semicolon here. And now next what we have to do, we have to call this method from here, like from this main method. So we will call this method from this main method. So let's wait for a minute. Okay, so let's comment this one, and now like this method, what it will take, it will take the argument. So let's take the argument, and then what we have to do, we have to build it, and then we have to run this application. So this is the coding part, like for converting a console application into the web application. And when we made these changes, like when we added this .wave, and we can see like now instead of this console, it is showing the IIS Express here. Now if I will run, we will see the output which we have printed here called hello from .NET Office. So let's run this application. So when I click on this IIS Express, so what it will do, it will run this application. So we'll wait for a moment, and let's see for the output. Okay, we are getting some console application like a runtime error called could not resolve a service of type this iWeb host builder for a parameter environment. So let's see, we will did some mistake into this middleware class, and what is that? Okay, so in the parameter we are taking as a iWeb host builder, and it should be iWeb host environment basically. So let's make these changes into the iWeb host environment. So now let's run this application again, and we should see this output called hello from .NET Office, and we can see the output like hello from .NET Office. So this is the way of converting this console application into the web application. Now what I will do, I will run this as a console web application. Like if I will run this one application as a console, so let's do as a no, and you see like what it is showing here. Like let's make these changes, and here we are looking the hello from .NET Office, and in this it is running all these stuffs, like it is giving us the information about like what all are the things is happening, and still we are getting the response. So let's convert it back, and let's run this as a IIS Express, and it will show the output. So basically this is the way of converting a console application into the web application. And what all are the things we have done here, basically first we have added a like default builder, and this is the way of adding the builder. And like before that, what we have done, we have make changes into this CS project file. Like first we converted into the web application, then we have changed this output type, then we have added a default builder here, and then host builder, and then we created this startup class as a middleware class, and then we call this method from this main method. And this is the way of converting a console application into the web application. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.